And we're back with another What the Hell episode rewind, June 2022. Yeah, before we begin the episode, of course, we always got to talk about our sponsors. Make sure you guys do check out the links below. We got a good VPN deal, and we got some good Android devices from Buzz TV that just dropped. So make sure you guys do check that out. Yeah, that was like the quickest intro ever.
Yeah. I was like, all right, I guess there's no Buzz TV today, but okay, all right, fine.
Buzz TV. Well, you can do it if you want.
Buzz TV. They always look forward to me saying Buzz TV. I don't know why.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You guys gotta excuse my sleepiness. So for those of you guys that know, I did take off to Hawaii for almost 2 weeks. It was about, I don't even know how many days, 10, 11 days. I just rounded up. I'm like, yeah, it's about 2 weeks. I got sick, bro. And I actually got sick.
Like COVID sick?
Like the Rona sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not fun.
Dude, so yeah, we're gonna open this up with my what the hell. Flew into Oahu and then flew into Kauai. We had a layover in Oahu, and I was feeling good. Everything was cool. Next day, got up like I think at 4:30 in the morning. The next day, we had to be at the cruise ship like around 6 o'clock, I think, and it's about a 45-minute drive. So, oh man, yeah, we got up early, drove way the hell over there, went on the cruise. It was cool. It was a lot of fun, and I felt good. I felt fine, like nothing. Next day after that, let's see. So the first day, got there, did some stuff. Next day, we did the cruise, did some stuff. The day after that is when I felt an itch on my throat. And I'm just like, damn, like that was quick. So I had an itch on my throat. And I was like, crap. So, I'm starting to take some medicine. I'm just like, I already know I'm like, it felt like I'm getting sick. The next day I started getting like allergies, like bad allergies. And it was probably on day, let me see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, day 5, flew into Oahu. That's where they had the Disney Vacation Club, the Alani Resort. That's when I felt bad, like bad. But it felt like I did get the chills that night. It was a really rough night. I couldn't sleep for like the first maybe 2 hours. I kept waking up every 5 minutes, like needing to blow my nose. But you know what? Honestly, like from what everybody told me, they're like, oh yeah, I can't breathe. I have chest issues, this and this. I didn't get that. For me, it felt more of a cold. It just felt like a really bad cold.
It's different
what I mean?
strands now, right? Like it's not as severe as it used to be.
Right. And the thing now is that it's now gone from a flu to a cold. You can now get it either way now, either flu or cold now. So, and I guess I was lucky that I got it as a cold. I still want to say when I went to CES back in 2020, because I remember we got sick really bad. I want to say that's probably when I originally got it. Of course, it's not confirmed.
Yeah.
So I can't really say if I got it originally or not. But this is my first on the record that I actually got this thing. But as you can tell, I'm still
A little stuffy there.
Yeah, I'm still stuffy. I'm still draining. I'm taking some Mucinex. I'm trying to like drain everything out of my system. What I will say though, what does suck is every time I have to go outside into the sun, dude, it wipes me out. Like I legit get wiped out. I get tired. I get super tired, super sleepy. It just knocks me the hell out. And I'm just like, damn, like I'm why am I so tired, you know?
Yeah.
But so I've been kind of taking it easy. just kind of like just being mellow, trying to like relax. Um, I got back about 4 days ago, and yeah, got back 4 days ago. I started playing a game called Far Cry 6, and I'm a big fan of the Far Cry series. I just like Far Cry 5, it was okay. It wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be. It was just okay. And then Far Cry 6, I'm just like, oh, I think it's gonna be like Far Cry 5. Um, but it actually got me really excited on how good the game is. And I've been, like playing it, I've been getting into it, and everything seems pretty cool. A lot like, a lot of fun.
There's
Um,
quite a few game announcements coming out around this time too, I think. So that's going to be interesting for our gaming episode.
yeah, for sure. I ended up getting the DLC package for Far Cry 6, and so far I'm having fun playing it. I've been able to record a couple episodes. I think yesterday I recorded 4 episodes. Um, dude, I don't know if you've seen some of the comments on one of my videos. I did an episode on Safe Moon version 2,
Safe Moon, yeah.
and some people were pissed. Like they're like just like they're like, you're an idiot. Can't believe you're talking about Safe Moon version 1 and blah blah blah. And I'm kind of like, you guys understand people are still on version 1? And I got a lot of views off of that video too, and some subscribers.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm talking about it because I'm kind of going through the same thing that people are going through. Like, is it even worth paying the fees to move over to version 2, or should I just say screw it? I'm done with it. And everyone's like, no, version 2 is where it's at. That's where like all the good stuff is happening. And I'm like, do you work for Safe Moon? Because last time I checked, Safe Moon had a bunch of numbnuts that didn't know what they were doing.
Everyone's going to be hyping up whatever they have their money in, right? So,
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
So
look, Luna 2.2 2.0 is coming out too. You like all the people who got burned in Luna 1.0, you think they're all going to jump over Luna 2.0? Probably not.
yeah. So I just kind of like just laughed at it, and I just kind of like hid a lot of people from the channel because they were just like, like once you start cussing, like if you want to have a debate, cool. If you disagree with me, cool. But once you start cussing and you start getting ugly like that, I'm like, you know what? You can talk to yourself.
Yeah,
So that's kind of what I did. Um, so yeah, so that's my biggest what the hell. I'm still recovering from this thing. It's nowhere near as bad. It didn't like knock me out. I was still like, dude, I have videos actually for the Rojas travel channel. It's funny because I have episodes that I want to be doing based on the days. I actually had to cancel a lot of things. Um we were gonna go snorkeling and then we were gonna go hiking. I'm like, screw that crap. I'm like, I don't have the energy to do none of that stuff.
yeah.
um After the swap meet, like we did the going to the Arizona Memorial, and then we went to a battleship, and then the swap meet. After the swap meet, we were supposed to go to the Aloha Tower, and then Waikiki, and then Dukes. I'm like, you know what, cancel the rest of the day, just go back to the hotel and relax. um so I was still able to do a lot of stuff. I just pretty much canceled like all the hiking. I did some of the hiking in the beginning, but I was like, I don't have the energy to do this. That's pretty much what it came down to. I just, you even if it wasn't COVID and I was sick, I just didn't have the energy to do it.
For
Um,
sure.
so the stuff that I didn't get to do, I'm gonna do that next time I go out to Hawaii. So those episodes will come out, well, there'll be brand new episodes, but I'll cover different things. But the episodes for this trip, I should be working on that starting next week. So we'll see. And I kind of did something crafty too. Um, I wore my mask and I started talking to the camera,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, I wonder how the audio is gonna sound like. And then I started listening to it, and I had my DJI mics. Um, so I'm just like, oh, I'm like, well, it doesn't sound
Are
that.
those the new ones? The new
Yeah, the
DJI
new ones.
mics?
Yeah,
Oh, yo, how are they? Are they as good as I thought they would be?
better.
Man, I wanted to buy those so bad.
So this is the biggest thing that I like about this. Like the very first thing I like about this thing, um, this case.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
This brick, dude, is freaking awesome. When you open it up,
Does it have wireless charging?
wireless charging,
Yeah.
all built in. It syncs everything up right in here.
Yeah.
The second you pull one out, you'll notice this screen says, okay, it's out. And then when you pull this thing out, this guy, it's gonna say, okay, cool, I'm out. And now it shows both mics. The second I close this, it shuts this one off,
Yeah.
and then it leaves just the one on.
Right.
And then when I talk to it, of course, it picks everything up pretty good. I can actually see the line, the audio line.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But this thing's awesome. And then the other thing is, I know people are gonna ask, well, how good is it for like other things? Oh, real quick, it does have a little magnet thing here.
Yeah. 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 I've seen that. And it's
So
pretty
that
strong
little,
from what people say.
yeah, very strong. That little magnet is very, very good. You can hit record here. Um, the other thing about this thing is, oh, where'd the thing go? This guy right here, this thing just slides right off, and then you could switch this out for you iPhone people. Oh, I don't want to take it out, but it's in here. The port for the iPhone is right there. And if you have USB-C, if you have some of the new phones, and you just use the new one, and all it is you just literally just slide this sucker in, like, dude, just like that. Um, where's the little lip here? But anyway, you just slide it in, plug it into the phone, and that's it. And it just sticks there. And I was kind of curious, like, oh, I wonder how this thing's gonna work. And the cool thing is that this thing is so like active. Like it's telling me like, hey, there's no plug. There's nothing plugged in here. The second I slide it in to connect the dongles, it picks it up right away. Then it turns it all on. Um, the technology behind this thing is just so good. And then I could leave it on. I could leave it on and then just drop it in, and now it's charging. Then I just close it, and boom. On a single charge, this thing has been amazing. Um, and I mean amazing, but yeah, so pretty good stuff. They do have some other accessories in here, like chargers, little wind noise things, or noise reduction things, and then a bag. But I use this during my travel. So so the thing I was telling you about me being a little crafty with these mics, I actually put my mask on. I held my phone like I was talking to it, but I wasn't really talking to it because I noticed that the sound wasn't as good. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me wait until this congestion's gone, and then I'm gonna go outside, and then I'm gonna record myself with all the stuff I was gonna say, and then I was gonna dub it over because I have my mask on. You can't see my mouth moving or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. I couldn't talk that much without like coughing and sneezing. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me figure this out later, you know? So that's my what the hell.
I think I've actually been doing a lot of research on like health and like ingesting healthier things and how things affect your body and stuff like that. So I think it is a good time for everyone just to dive back into it, because we're eating a lot of junk and a lot of crap, and we're having to deal with more and more illnesses. Now the monkeys are attacking us, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
Monkey
take care of
pox.
yourself out there.
Yeah, for sure. I do have two other ones. I don't know if you want me to go first or if you want to go.
You go first.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys know, most of you guys probably know since you guys watch and listen to us. I know you know about this, but I'm boycotting everything about Will Smith.
Well, I heard that his wife actually spoke out about some shit. I don't know what she said though.
Yeah, so that's actually my what the hell. Um, I'm not going to watch anything Will Smith, including that King Richard movie, which I badly want to see it. I don't
Yeah.
want to see it because of him. I want to see it because it's about the Serena sisters. It's a true story. I love true stories. How they got really good into freaking tennis and how, like the whole story is just intriguing.
Right,
But
right, right.
because he's the actor, I'm like, screw Will Smith. And some people are just like, well, it's not his fault. He snapped. I'm like, no, you know what? You don't slap another person on national television, especially if you're a comedian. And we know comedians are the ones that struggle the most when it comes to like people being bullied and all that crap. I get it. But you're a comedian, and Chris Rock handled it how comedians normally handle hecklers, except he got slapped. So until Will Smith actually does a public showing his face apology, or if he actually goes to Chris Rock and they hug it out or something where they're like, you actually see him doing something, not making his publicist write an Instagram post, like that's a bitch move. So his wife, or soon to be ex-wife, who knows what's going on with that, um she said on Red Table Talk that she hopes Will Smith and Chris Rock reconcile.
Yeah, reconcile. Yeah.
Yeah, reconcile. This year. She's like, I hope they reconcile this year. I hope they fix whatever it is. And I'm just like, weren't you one of the girls that was talking shit too? And now you're just like, oh, I hope they figure it out. It's just like,
She's
what?
got this holier than thou kind of attitude, yo.
Yeah. It's like bullshit. It's like, dude, you just got canceled everywhere. Will Smith just got canceled everywhere. He got fired and let go. And dude, like nobody wants to work with the guy. Nobody wants to like hire him for anything. All the stuff that he had, even the stuff that he was directing, got canceled. All his shows and everything, movies, like so much, like he like according to the list that I saw, like we would have seen Will Smith on the big screen for the next like 3 to 5 years, and it was going to be like several movies coming out and several TV shows and even shows that he was directing and movies that he was directing. Dude, everything just got wiped out, and it's just like, see, these are the consequences for being stupid. It's like, dude, he's smarter than that, and I think that's what pisses me off the most. He's smarter than that. Um, his wife, I can't stand. Like you said, she feels like she acts like she's holier than thou. I just can't do that. That girl just looks pure evil. What do you call him? Succubus?
So succubus,
Yeah.
succubus or whatever. Yeah.
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 I just can't, dude. That that family, it's like I just can't. They, like, I don't know. He needs to do something. Like, I've never cared for her to begin with, but he needs to do something, or the longer he waits, the deeper this is gonna go.
Well, I think the longer that he waits is the quicker that he gets forgotten.
Yep. Look, who was it? Was it Mel Gibson that made that racial comment, and
Yeah.
then his career went to shit, and
Yeah, you don't hear about him no more.
you don't hear nothing about him no more. And it's just like look what happens. And I know he's tried to direct a couple of things, but you don't hear none of his projects, nothing at all. So I think this is the end of Will Smith unless he does something quick. But he's already waited like so many months, and I'm pretty sure he's trying to give Chris Rock some space. But Chris Rock is slowly starting to open up about it now. Like the whole thing about the guy who tried to attack Dave Chappelle. Remember that? Remember that? I think
Yeah.
we talked about that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a what the hell when somebody tried to attack Dave Chappelle with like a prop gun or something, and then Chris Rock comes out and says, "Hey, was that Will Smith?" That was awesome.
It was crazy. Yeah, and like I've been seeing a lot of Jamie Foxx doing impersonations of Dave Chappelle. He's really freaking talented, man.
Yeah,
Jamie Foxx is super talented. It's crazy how talented he is.
yeah. Jamie Foxx needs to like I don't know if people know this, but he used to be a stand-up comedian. He used to be in a TV show called In Living Color. Um, before he tried being a rapper or singer or whatever the hell he tried to do. But he's actually a really freaking he's funny. Like that guy's like funny. And when he was in A Living Color, he didn't have to cuss. A lot of those guys actually didn't have to cuss to get comedy across, and that's actually what I liked about that show. But yeah, I definitely liked him. Um, the last what the hell that I got is this whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. For those of you guys who don't know, case is over. Johnny Depp won for the most part. I think he won a total of 15 million, but it wasn't a complete win. Everything that they asked the jurors about Johnny Depp, everything was for Johnny Depp. Like yes, everything. For Amber Heard, everything was no except for one. One thing she did win, and she won $2 million. But according to that, to the state law, I think of Virginia, it wasn't $2 million that she wins. It was like the maximum that she could possibly win is like $365,000 off of that one thing, whatever it was. And it wasn't something that Johnny Depp said. It was something that one of Johnny Depp's lawyers said. So because of a lawyer, she won a couple $100,000. But yeah, it's stupid. But she apparently won, or not won. She apparently bought a brand new mansion. I'm not sure where she bought it. I mean, probably in LA. You know, most celebrities, that's where they go. And they're not cheap. Obviously, LA is like one of the most expensive places to live in. But they're talking about her possibly filing for bankruptcy because she does not have this kind of money.
Of course.
And you know what's going to be interesting is if she files for bankruptcy, she's going to lose a lot of stuff. Like they're going to take her house away. They're going to take like everything away. So she's got to be very careful how she does it. If she files for bankruptcy, we know she already has several movies that she has to do.
If they let her do them.
If they let her do them. They're already saying that they should recast her role from Aquaman and put Johnny Depp on it.
I seen a mock poster for that. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Him in a swimsuit or whatever they had him in. So obviously she will get paid a lot of money from that. And I think you mentioned earlier too that she owes some charity thing like 7 million.
Yeah. And she never gave him the money.
And supposedly the lawyers were saying like, oh, she will give it to them eventually. Go for it. And like for me, I don't know. For me, when I hear about this whole, I don't know, like I've been following the case, not daily, but every time I miss it, I go back and I watch some of the highlights, some of the the biggest things that was either really good or really bad. For Johnny Depp or for Amber Heard, depending on where it was. But I pretty much followed the majority of it. And I gotta say, Amber Heard is a psycho, big time.
Definitely an interesting case.
I'm actually interested. How the hell did she win the case in the UK? How did she win that case? And I want to go back and watch that entire thing because when she was on trial, I think it was like 2016. When she was on trial in the UK, they showed a video of a piece of that trial in this new case here in the States. And one of the questions that they asked her was, why did you want Johnny Depp to know about the divorce? And she was like, well, I wanted him to find out from me or from somebody that he knows, because TMZ was notified. And then she goes like this, like trying to cover her mouth, and she was like, and like pretending like she was fixing her hair, and it was just like, wait a minute,
What did you do?
yeah. And the lawyers, Johnny Depp's lawyers, was like, "You did that, and you stopped yourself because you messed up, didn't you?" And she's just like, "That was not the purpose of that conversation." It's just like, what? What do you mean not the purpose? Why did you stop? And she's like, "That was not the purpose." It's just like, okay, you might as well just say, "I plead the fifth." You know, I was like, dude, you totally screwed yourself. And the thing is, how the hell did she get away with it in the UK? They said Johnny Depp's representation out there wasn't that great, but still, like some of the stuff that you see is just like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, maybe there was some both ways. They were both being like aggressive to each other and whatever, abusive, verbal abuse, whatever it was. But dude, how the hell did Amber Heard win in the UK? I'm like beside myself on that one. I'm just like, dude, like they're both guilty on a lot of stuff. Johnny Depp
Well,
won on this one because of he was very specific on what he went after, defamation. She was trying to ruin like everything that he was, and it was just like, dude, this girl was psycho. It wasn't just me, and it's um one of the things that I don't know if you heard one of the tweets that she made, but one of the tweets she said was, "This puts women back 100 years because now a woman can't something about a woman can't a woman doesn't have a right for verbal abuse or spousal abuse or something like that." And it's just like, bitch, dude, men are the one that lose these cases constantly. As soon as a
yeah.
woman goes up there, that's it. It's over. It doesn't matter what she says. It's done. This is the first time that we see something very public that it's okay for a man to go up for spousal abuse and actually win. Men don't win these cases.
No, yo, they don't. No, it's not very often you see something like that.
Not very often. So I was like, cool. He actually, you know, he won one, which is awesome. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit I'm happy that he won. I'm happy that everything went good for him. Um I'm kind of relieved a little bit, I guess you can say. Um but I don't know.
Hmm.
How do you feel about it?
I just, I don't care. It's like it had to happen. They had to go through whatever they had to go through. But why was it such a big deal? Like everybody was watching it like it was some kind of soap opera. The amount of people that made money off of this trial is insane. Like YouTube channels were started and like hundreds of thousands of subscribers within like weeks.
Yep.
It's just because people feed off drama, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, I like Johnny Depp. I want justice for Johnny, and he got it, so it's cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy for him, but like at the same time, it's crazy how much society feeds off drama like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I hear that. I think the reason why it was so bad is like you got to think about it. Johnny Depp lost a lot of stuff. Like I think he's not even playing the pirate anymore for Pirates
No,
of the
he's not.
Caribbean. It's just like, dude, it's like who else is gonna play that role besides him? So he lost a lot of roles, and it was very public. Like, oh yeah, like oh we're gonna cast somebody else. We're gonna it's kind of like Batman. It's like, oh, here's a new Batman movie. What's the first question that everybody asks about Batman?
Who's Batman? I'm Batman.
Yeah, who's the actor? I'm Batman. Who's the freaking actor? Because they change it like their underwear, dude. Like every day, it's like new Batman. So when that happened, it was like, what the hell? And then Amber Heard, she was like, I don't want to say her career was about to take off. Her career never was anything to begin with, and she was in one of the shittiest, best DC movies out there.
The shittiest best.
You know what I mean?
You're like describing every single DC movie ever.
I know. And she thinks she's like, oh, like star power, like I'm an Avenger movie.
Nom,
It's like
nom, nom, nom.
I'm not I'm an Avenger movie. It's like, dude, you're not an Avenger, you're not in Marvel, you're in DC. Nobody gives a crap about Aquaman. It's like, come on.
Aquaman.
It's like, dude, really? So it's, I don't know. For me, when I see that, I'm just like, she thinks she's an A-list celebrity. It's like, dude, you are not an A-list celebrity at all. You are a co-star on Aquaman. What's his name? Jason
Jason
Momoa,
Momoa. Yeah.
Momoa. Um, he's borderline A-lister.
Yo, he was
He's
making spoof videos about the trial. Did you see that shit?
no,
Oh my god.
I gotta watch it. He's getting to that status where he's slowly working his way up there. Um, but he still has some ways to, he still has like a good decade to go and movies to make before he's known like, oh yeah, that he's an A-lister. But I don't know, man. I think Amber Heard is just, and this is and you know what? I don't know if people knew this, but this is the second time this has happened, because the first time she was in court for spousal abuse was from her wife, from her girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, cool. I hope they throw the freaking book at her, and they did. I do have a feeling that she's gonna try to claim. Oh, did you watch the very end of it, or did you watch any of it at the
I
end?
didn't watch the end of it, no.
So Amber Heard's lawyers asked for a juror count or something like that. I forget what the technical term is, but what it means is what it means is what she was looking for. She wanted every single jurors to stand up and either agree or disagree to the verdict. Meaning, if the overall verdict was yes, Johnny Depp wins, Amber Heard loses, she wants to be sure it was a unanimous vote to all the cases. Like, did you vote yes to Johnny Depp on everything and no to Amber Heard on almost everything but one thing that you're only going to get a couple $100,000 on? That's what she was after for. Because if there was just one, all she needed was one. If one person said no and said, I don't completely agree with the ruling, but I went with it. If just one person said that, then Amber Heard's lawyers could have thrown the entire case out and said, hey, you know what? The judge didn't do her job to translate the questions to the jurors, which means we want a whole different new judge and a brand new set of
They
jury.
call that a mistrial, no? Or some shit like that?
Mistrial. Yeah. But the difference though is they wouldn't redo the whole trial. What would happen is they would listen and watch to the entire trial again. They would redo the questions, and then they would give it to a new judge and a new jury. So every single juror had to stand up and said, yes, this is how I voted, or no, I don't completely agree. Every single juror said yes. That's how they voted. So it was a unanimous. Everybody voted the exact same way. So Johnny Depp's lawyer turns around, looks at one of her lawyers behind her, and she was like, wow. Like she actually thought like one of them was gonna say no, like
Yeah.
they didn't completely, because it's hard to completely agree
Right.
to anything, you know. But no, everybody was like, nope, we all voted the exact same way.
Right. Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
they can't have a mistrial. They can't try to overturn it. Amber Heard's got two options right now. She pays up or doesn't pay by saying I'm bankrupt. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another what the hell coming soon.
Yeah, I don't think it's never ever over. Never ever over. There's always
Nothing
some
is
shit
over.
coming up. Because like, look, even if she files for bankruptcy, you think she's not gonna blame that bankruptcy on Johnny Depp somehow?
Oh yeah. Somehow we're gonna see a part 3.
Part three.
The rubber match. So
It's
that's all I
crazy.
got. What do you got?
It's just constant back and forth. But yeah, speaking about back and forth, the co-creator from Dogecoin, his name is Jackson Palmer, recently said that Elon Musk is a grifter and doesn't know anything about coding. So he said he said that uh, he's a grifter who doesn't understand coding as well as he's made out to be. And in turn, Musk offered a stiff retort as to his view on Palmer's ability and personality, despite commentary between Musk and Palmer. Dogecoin's value stayed the same. So they're saying that even though they were arguing back and forth, the price didn't go up or down. So what he said was he's a grifter. He sells a vision in hopes that he can deliver one day what he's promising, but he doesn't know that. He's just really good at pretending he knows. That's very evident with the Tesla full self-driving promise because it's not here yet, and he's been promising it for years. So he was saying that a long time ago, before he wrote or he started with Dogecoin, that he wrote a script for Twitter that would actually scan your, I guess, friends list or whatever, your DMs, and let you know if anybody was possibly spoofing to be one of those crypto scammers, and it would automatically report the accounts to Twitter. So he got contacted by Elon Musk asking for the script. It was written in Python, and he sent it to Elon, and Elon asked him how to run it. So at that point, he was like, "It's in Python. You don't know how to run a Python script." And then he just, decided to call him names on the internet because that's what we all do in professional society now, right? Just
I could. How much do you know Python
I don't really know Python.
or any type of coding?
I know a little bit of coding, but I know I have a pretty good resource that I go to and I bounce ideas off of.
Okay, so this is what I will say, and tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. Um, when somebody gives you a script, when somebody gives you some kind of code to try to run something,
Mhm.
you have to have the instructions on how to do it, regardless if you know how to read it or not. It's
Isn't
almost
there
like
isn't there a couple different versions of Python as well?
yes.
So yeah.
So it's kind of like even if somebody like okay, so I used to work at the hospital with this guy that is just freaking a genius when it comes to coding. Dude, he's built sites from nothing, from a blank sheet of paper. He's coded stuff. And I've watched this guy create things that are just like, dude, how the hell did you like imagine building like Facebook from a blank sheet of paper. You're logging in, you could open up a pop-up window, you could like images pop up, you could upload stuff, you could download stuff. He built everything from a blank sheet of paper from
Mhm.
scratch. If and him and me have had this comment before. I'm just like, hey, dude. So I just wrote this script within Crystal Reports, and it does all this thing. Let me just give it to you. And he was just like, yeah, but how does it work? Like he's just like, I get the code, I get how it reads, I get all that stuff, but what triggers this? Like, how does it work? Like what do I need to make sure it works on my stuff? You know? And I'm looking at him like, dude, you should know this. Like, like kind of one of those looks like if you're this smart, you should know how this stuff works. And he's just like, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. Like for me to go through every single code to see exactly how it works, I have to know how you made it work on this side first
Right.
and then replicate that.
It's crazy that you just said that because You know how we talked about Nvidia being fined that money, and Nvidia was recently hacked and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then after that stuff happened, the LHR lock for the graphics cards, so that they were being limited with their hash rate for mining cryptocurrencies, it was unlocked 100%. And what had happened was, with the hack, the developers of the mining software were able to see that it was a possibility to unlock it fully. And they said that before, they were kind of just throwing darts in the dark. And then once the hack happened, they said, okay, well, there is a needle in the haystack. What they knew what to look for at that point, but they didn't know it existed prior to the hack.
Mhm.
Like, it's crazy when you hear some of this stuff happening around the world. Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I kind of think it's a whole conspiracy with that whole Nvidia stuff, anyways. Like, come on, like, you go through the LHR stuff, you get fined because of whatever you're doing with your crypto. You're trying to hide that a lot of your sales are coming from crypto mining sales, and then you accidentally get hacked and release the 100% LHR unlock a couple months before Ethereum goes away, anyways. Like, LHR is not going to matter. Like,
Mhm.
whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, anyway, so going back to this Elon Musk, uh,
It sounds like somebody is salty about.
he sounds kind of like a snobby little coder when he's talking about it like that. Like,
Yeah. It's like,
but then
you need help with this stuff. It's just like, come on, dude. It's like, how'd you make it work?
and he
Thanks for the
literally
code, but how'd you
he,
make it work?
he tweeted this on May 31st. He said, I can understand Elon asking how to run a Python script. There are too many versions of Python. Actually, this is somebody else. And sometimes that requirements are not obvious like how to run it. Um,
Exactly.
and then the person who put underneath it, it's probably garbage code, anyways. So then Elon responded to that, and he said, my kids wrote better code when they were 12 than the nonsense script Jackson sent me. Like I said, if it was so great, he should share it with the world and make everyone's experience with Twitter better. If he does, you'll see what I mean. Jackson Palmer is a tool. That's literally how he ended it.
Oh wow.
But you know what? I don't care. He's entertaining as hell. People either love Elon or hate Elon, but he's entertaining the crap out of me this year. I love it. I can't help it.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I just have one more article from Elon, and then I have a Guinness World Record that we're going to be challenging our listeners to attempt to break. Okay,
Let's
sounds
do
good.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Elon Musk tells Tesla employees in an email, return to the office or GTFO.
Okay, say that one more time.
Do you know what GTFO stands for?
Yeah.
Yeah. He says in an email, they need, because okay, let me read
This is
the
an email to
actual
who?
email
Email to
to
who?
all of his executives in Tesla,
Okay.
right? So the email says anyone who wishes to do remote work must be in the office for a minimum, and then brackets, I mean minimum 40 hours per week, or depart Tesla. This
Wow.
is less than what we ask of our factory workers. Basically, he's saying that there's too much remote working going on and they're not doing fuck all. They need to get their asses back in the office and do some damn work.
40 hours a week though. That's like it sounds like a normal work week.
That's a normal work week. Like,
Yeah.
he's not asking too much, no?
So he's
He's just
asking them to
angry
come
though.
back to
Like,
work.
the email had spelling mistakes and shit because that's how angry he was.
Wow.
He says, um, well, here it is. Here it says, he said that's what he did. If he had not done that, Tesla would long ago have gone bankrupt. There are, of course, companies that don't require this, but when was the last time they shipped a great new product? So he's throwing shots at every company right now. He's like, you let your employees do remote work, then you guys are trash.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. So
That's funny.
I thought it was pretty entertaining. But I mean, like, if you want to like make big news every time a CEO of a company gets a little upset with his employees, then that's all the news would ever be. That's
Yep.
kind of the CEO's job, is to kind of keep the vision going, right? And when the vision's not going where it's supposed to go, then, like, people lose their jobs. That's why you always hear, oh, this company is restructuring. This company is restructuring. Oh, we're changing paths. Our vision is changing with the company. You're no longer needed in this position. We're creating new positions. How many times you heard this shit?
Yeah.
Right? You gotta either create a new vision, stay with the vision, but you can't let your employees dictate everything you do. So he's just getting the reins back on his company, because let's be realistic, right? The last month and a half, he's been pretty invested in this Twitter thing. How much time has he lost that he would have spent in his gigafactories for Tesla?
Mm-hmm.
Right? He was working on a 45, 46, $44 billion deal. So now he's come back and nobody's done any of their chores. It's like when mom tells you to do a whole bunch of stuff before she gets home, and then you hear her car pull up in the driveway and you're like, oh, I didn't take the chicken out. I didn't vacuum over here. Everyone's running around.
It's like, get back to work, fool.
All right. So the last thing that I have for today is just a Guinness Book of World Records. So the record is, how many chicken nuggets? I'm not going to tell you what the record is. How many chicken nuggets can you eat in a minute?
How many chicken nuggets can I eat in a minute? I don't know.
Like,
Maybe
take some time, think about it, walk yourself through it. Like, 5 is nothing. 10,
5's nothing.
yeah,
I'm
sure.
thinking maybe
right?
like a dozen. I could probably do. Okay, so I know typically when I buy chicken wings, I know I'll get about a dozen, and I can eat them pretty quick.
Right, and wings are bigger than nuggets, and they're a lot more difficult to eat than a nugget.
Wait, is this for chicken wings or nuggets?
Nuggets only, no bone.
I don't know. I could probably eat in a minute. See, that's the thing, because it's timed. It's like,
Right?
wait a minute. Because it's timed. I don't know. I would have to say maybe. Oh man,
It's difficult, right?
maybe like a dozen. I would say a dozen.
Okay.
A dozen.
But that's like a
comfortably.
comfortable dozen, though, right?
Yeah, a
That's like a
comfortable
comfortable
dozen.
dozen. You'd have to push yourself to eat more than that. All
Yeah.
right. So before I say this, if you need to hit pause or whatever, but comment down below how many chicken nuggets you think you can eat in a minute. All right. I'll give you about 5 seconds, and then I'll give you the Guinness Book of World Record.
All right, so I'm gonna say that one more time, just to give you guys a little bit more than 5 seconds. How many chicken nuggets can you eat in 1 minute? Comment below. Comment below.
All right. You ready for the answer?
Let's hear it.
It's 20. I feel like that's breakable,
I feel like that's breakable too.
right?
How big are these chicken nuggets?
Like, they're standard chicken nuggets, bro. Like, I think they said it was something like 300 grams or 250 grams. And I'm like, yo, that's like 3 chocolate bars. I can eat 3 chocolate bars in a minute. Like,
That's 3 chocolate bars. Oh,
like
shit.
I've seen people eat like big 30-ounce steaks in like a minute or two. You're telling me you can't eat more than 20 chicken nuggets? I think that there's not enough people attempting to beat this record.
Yeah.
So if you want your name in the Guinness Book of World Record, I'm giving you this one. You can have your name in the Guinness Book of World Record, right?
Yeah.
You just got to eat more than 20 chicken nuggets in a minute.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, I saw that the other day, and I was like, I mean, I think I could. Like, I mean, it wouldn't be comfortable, like, especially if after I got over like 15, it wouldn't be comfortable anymore.
You're like, game on.
But you know,
Game on.
if you stack them and ate it like a burger, like I don't know, how many could you eat at a time?
Yeah.
Or like if you used a lot of sauce, did you like you could maybe limit how much you needed to chew? I don't know. That's all I got. It's just yeah.
That's a good one though. I'm kind of curious. Like, you know what? Now, so okay, people are gonna laugh about this one. I buy Dino Nuggets.
Nice.
Whatever. I don't care what people say. I
It's
buy
better to
Dino
dunk,
Nuggets.
probably.
Huh?
Better to dunk.
Yeah. And they're like little. They are. You know, they look like little,
The dinosaurs.
little dinosaurs. One's like a T-Rex. One's like a Velociraptor, or what is the bird one?
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. There you go. The pterodactyls are the best ones. Easier, like you said, easier to dunk. But yeah, dude, like I typically have like, you know what? And it's funny because I think I typically cook 20 of those things, but I take my time eating them. I kind of want to time myself now. Like, could I eat 20 of them like within a minute? You'd almost just have to swallow it because, like, if you think about it, there's 60 seconds.
Right.
There's 60 seconds. If you divide that in half, 30 seconds. Every 2.5 seconds, 2 seconds, every 2 seconds, pretty much, you have to be eating. You have to be swallowing one. Yeah. That's like,
you know, it's funny. We used to play this ghetto game in high school because we didn't have a lot of money. So we would go to the cafeteria and we would buy, you know, those little packages with the 2 crackers in it.
sounds familiar.
Just like the little packages. It would just come with 2 regular like salted crackers. And we would go to the cafeteria and we would buy those for 10 cents. And then what we would do is we would see who could eat the most in a minute. And once people, like, you would think it's easy, but the crackers are so dry. And once you got past 6, you were just like, oh. Yeah, it was pretty ghetto games.
My cousin, he used to do this stupid. I mean, like every year I'd be like, dude, you don't have to do this. He's just like, no, I have to do it. He made it his personal goal. I kid you not. Personal goal. To order chicken wings during WrestleMania, and he'd have to finish the entire bucket before WrestleMania is over. Now, mind you, WrestleMania is like a 3-hour event, right?
Right.
He would order, like the very first time he did this, he ordered like 50 wings. We're like, dang, like 50 wings? Yeah, you could do that, dude. And within the 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever the length of the show was, he ate the whole thing.
50 wings.
Yeah, 50 wings.
I like, how long was the show?
Like 3 hours.
Huh?
3 hours.
Yo, I could do that.
So
like,
then
you chill, you know, you got time. You're not rushing yourself.
That was his first time doing it. The second time he did it, he was like, you know what? I'm going to go 75 wings.
Yeah.
So he did it. The third year now he did it, 100 wings. And he did it.
But I feel like I'm really bad at snacking, and like sometimes I don't even do it because I'm hungry. It's just because it's there. So like, you give me 3 hours, I'm gonna eat 100 wings.
So this fool, his record on one WrestleMania sitting was 250 wings. 250 wings.
Yeah, that's a lot.
In 3 hours, he ate them all.
He probably took a mid-break BM movement to get that all in there.
Probably. Well, that same summer, he also had one of his appendix that bursted.
There you go. I bet they were spicy wings.
There's spicy wings coming out of that sucker. Bro, 250 freaking wings. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, you're gonna get sick, dude. He's like, nah, I'll be cool. I cannot believe it. Cannot believe it. So that concludes today's episode of Beyond the Streams. What the hell? My voice is like totally, I'm like, my voice is almost shot, man. I'm telling you, like with all this crap that I'm fighting with, it's not easy. But hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Yeah, let us know what you guys think. As always, we appreciate you guys coming down here and listening to our BS. Next level, what do you got to say before we get the hell out of here?
You know what to say. Thank you guys for coming out and listening to another episode of Beyond the Streams. Wherever you're listening to us, wherever you're watching us, make sure you leave us a comment or a review so other people like yourself can find the content that you enjoy. Make sure you come out every Thursday around 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we go live on the Beyond the Streams YouTube channel, and you can be part of the conversation, be a part of the community. Make sure you have your notifications turned on, and you never know when we're going to post. You never know when we're going to go live. You never know who's going to be on. You never know where the conversation is going to go. But you kind of know, but you know, it's some BS anyways. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.